Good morning, everybody, and welcome back for a little replay video here. This is, as the title hopefully lets you know, the entire first battle of my T-72B3 with UBH modification first 10. So if you've already watched it, you saw the end result screen and how well it went, so I couldn't let a battle like that go. As you can see by the timeline up at the top here, this was a long battle, and usually when the battles go that long, they're pretty good. Not always, but in this case it was true. So right off the start, you can see the increased acceleration for the UBH engine modification, which combined with the extra protection, I decided let's see if we can just scoot right past the Charlie point here off the start and try and get into a position where I can cut them off from getting to Charlie and hold down the entire south part of the map, since most teams generally go north to A. So as I'm coming down here around the edge of Charlie, somebody's already capturing it, so something fast is there. I spot this first guy here, set up for an ambush as he comes out, hoping that he was trying to speed to get to the water, but obviously, unfortunately, he had seen me, which really spoiled that. And then you can see the second enemy tank coming around the corner, which kept me from being able to charge around that guy, obviously. So now we're caught by the still very poor reverse speed, and I'm calling for help over and over again from the two guys behind me, but unfortunately they weren't in a big hurry to move up. One of them, my squad mate, is in a position where he can cover the M1A1HC, and he does actually knock it out. And then I start moving up to go after the T-90B, but he gets a lower hull shot on me immediately upon leaving his cover behind the coal piles there, so that was fun. So, respawn in the T-90A, the recording for the first 10 was over, and usually I'll put the replay buffer on to where I can DVR it for the rest of battles during first 10s, but I haven't really done it too regularly lately, and it burned me on this one. But anyway, puts them already down where I know the enemies to be, because the enemies moved up and knocked out my two teammates who didn't move up with me and got caught camping, as will happen. But that, whatever. So trying to catch up to these guys over here, which I already know are moving up along the river, or the water line. It's basically a river. Catch the Type 90B up here, and there is a Merkava up there as well. So find the Type 90B, zip past him, and I'm able to knock him out. Managed to catch him unaware as he was trying to capture the point, so that was good. Now I'm trying to sneak around on the guy right here, catch the Merkava, and my turret just barely blocks that shot, thankfully, and then I'm able to get a shot into him. I don't know if getting caught on the building, the edge of the building right there, saved me or doomed me to not get a good shot on the Merkava, but anyway, it worked out. So now we're going to try and recapture the Charlie point, drop some smoke to cover my run up from getting shot from behind here, and zoom my way into Charlie to retake it. We've actually held Alpha for the time being, and most of our team is up there, which is good, so dropped all the smoke I could drop, zoom into the Charlie point to take it back, and try to hold it and see what happens. Which, as you can see, wasn't much initially. Except you can see that things were going very poorly up at Alpha, so I spot somebody down here, zoom in, don't get a good sight on them, mark for my team, and then fire artillery at them, and then move up to get around them. Though it seems like most of the fighting is going on at Alpha at this point, so I'm moving my way up to try and help reinforce the team a little bit there, because it seems like Charlie isn't quite as hot of a spot at the moment. Nobody in sight. Up at Alpha, drop some more smoke to cover myself, and move in to capture Bravo. And as you can see, I was fairly quickly reinforced by the team here, which was nice. Although there was quite a bit of shooting going on, and no one's really calling out what's there. And a little bit of a cast strike there, unfortunately, cost us a teammate at Bravo, but can't do too much about that. Biggest concern is that there's obviously an enemy right behind me that no one's calling out, which I then am able to spot and put multiple shots into this automatic and not get any real good effect on him. Although, as you can see, I was not alone in not destroying him quickly, as like 3 of us were shooting at him, and I finally took him out with an ATGM. So you can hear a turbine engine getting close. I'm just waiting for whichever side he's going to come across here. Waiting in ambush. And there goes Charlie getting decapped again. There's a shot. I know he's just fired. It's time to hurry and get past him. Hope he doesn't have an ace reload. And get a pretty good shot into him after my armor held. Although, not as good a shot as I would have liked. And as usual, the autoloader somehow doesn't beat the Abrams reload. So, 685 time. As you can see here, things are looking pretty bleak for our team at this point in the battle. Put some artillery up on Bravo as they're capturing it. It's the most likely place to get some sort of hits to mark for the team, or maybe even, hopefully, some damage. You can see a dead spawn camping attempt Abrams there as I zip past him, and back into Bravo we go as fast as we can get there. Oh, hey, look. It's that Abrams again. And my BTR is taking hits here. He doesn't call out what is actually hitting him, but I managed to take down the Type 90 there. That was one of the vehicles hitting him, and you can hear an enemy tank to the left, which I could not see through the smoke and didn't hear until it was too late, and I mean, at least I got a couple kills. So here I came into my Tu-14, and I'm typing to the team, hey, somebody mark for a bomb drop. And unfortunately, while I'm in the typing menu, yeah. So, BMP-2M time, and you can see the guys up at Alpha have pushed into our spawn, which is annoying, but at least I know where enemies are right off the start here. So, found one, annihilate him from the 30 mil cannon. And ordinarily, when someone just starts in an SPAA and just sits there for all battle, it's really annoying. But in this case, the guy in the ADATs on the enemy team just did us a favor because he was just camping at the spawn the whole time and cost them a fighting tank slot effectively. So I was just fine with it. He may have knocked out my Tu-14, but luckily I had so many spawn points already that it ended up not mattering. So back into Bravo. The Vickers that was hanging out here has since been dealt with by a teammate. So once I can crash my way past all the wrecked tanks here, get back into Bravo and start rolling the cap again. We've got Charlie held. So we'll get the ticket bleed stopped, which is, we're about a 2-to-1 ticket disadvantage here. But we've got a few people respawning. Now at some point here, I think it was a little later than this in the battle, I took a screenshot of the state of the battle and our teams and how many players had left and bailed to put in my Discord about, like, here we go again. Another team of one-and-doners and early quitters cost us a chance at a victory. And then, thankfully, I was proven wrong. Spoilers. But, it's not really a spoiler if you watch the first 10, because you'd know we came back and won it. But anyway. So we've got Bravo recaptured, and we're losing Charlie. So, decisions. I decided that we've got more team up north at A. I'll see if I can go up that way, and then my squad mate is actually heading for Charlie, so I decided, alright, heck, I'll go help him out as fast as I can get there. So I'm trying to make my way back around this way and use some buildings for cover as I make my way into Bravo, but unfortunately my squad mate gets knocked out. But he did at least mark and scout the enemy tank that killed him, so trying to rush down here as fast as I can in the BMP-2M to catch that guy before the scouting wears off. Deal with him, and then move in on Charlie. So you can see, obviously, a Bradley firing right through here. Look for him on thermals, don't see anything. And you can also see the Merkava Mark 3D that hit me, and now him, I could actually see through the building and fences and everything. Get a few hits into him, and can't really do much about him, and then that's when the Bradley reappears, and unfortunately. So, back in the Tunguska, and you can see this is about the worst point in the battle as far as ticket bleed goes. They hold all 3 points, we're very low on teammates, and our tickets are really low compared to theirs, but the Tunguska's got some real good anti-tank capability if you can catch people by surprise. If they're camping your spawn by the time you try to leave, it's not going to go very well, but if you can get out into the battlefield, especially on a map like this where there's actually some cover, you can do some good in the thing. Those 30mm cannons are no joke. As you can see there. That was an Ariete, granted, doesn't have the best side armor, but still, you can get through any tank with a side shot with the Tunguska, so the tickets continue to bleed away. We are just... this is about where I think I took the picture and said, that's it, we're lost, but what the hell, I'll get as much research as I can towards the 2S25, which is my current vehicle research for my Soviet tech tree. So, I decap on Charlie to try and set a trap for the enemy to come back and recap it, because they have so many players left and we have so few. I figure somebody's going to try and come back and actually take Charlie back for the free capture points. And I was partially right. It turned out all those guys, the Bradley and the Merkava Mark 3D, are still just hanging out in between Bravo and Charlie. So caught the Bradley trying to peek, got a good hit on him, took him out, and then I rolled back to capture Charlie, and that happened. So, T-80 time.
The artillery is on the position.
However, right here is as bad as the tickets ever got. I mean, that is absolutely the lowest point. But I had decapped Charlie, a teammate took Bravo, and another teammate decapped Alpha. So at the same time, we managed to roll all 3 capture points and actually hold 2 of them, which made all the difference in the world. I decapped Charlie and then set an ambush on it, accepting that we were going to lose. And 2 teammates at the same time rolled in and decapped the other 2 points, which is what made the difference. Now this is kind of hilarious. Pretty good hits into the Centauro, Chintauro, but not quite good enough. And thankfully, all he could actually hit with his gun being so high was all of the ERA and extra armor on my front of my turret. Thankfully, he did not hit my gun barrel. So I was able to take him out back into the cap and actually start capping it. And this is where I realized that, like, oh man, we've got a chance at winning this now. The enemy team is actually finally starting to run out of players, and the few of us that are left on our team are actually out at the capture points fighting, and I finally am like, okay, here we go, guys. Good work. We can actually win this one. So now it's a matter of just hold 2 points. We don't have to hold 3. Now you'll notice right here in my thermals, there's actually an Abrams that I could not tell was alive because he wasn't moving. That Abrams to the left there is alive, but he's just sitting there not moving his turret. And I thought, like you can see on the Bradley here, there's still some residual heat in the vehicle. He's got his engine turned off so you can't hear him. So it's cooled down enough that he looks like a dead vehicle. So occasionally that tactic does in fact work. You'll also notice a Falcon up there in the replay. I can't see him from here, but he gets a few kills on our team and nobody says anything. And then I finally realized when his turret moved that that was a live enemy Abrams, and knock him out for my 10th kill of the battle. I died 6 times, but if you get enough kills, there you go. So now it's a matter of chasing down this Falcon, which had knocked out a couple teammates, and asking, hey guys, where's the Falcon? Somebody mark the Falcon. Falcon is too dangerous to let just run and roam free. There's only a few enemies left at this point, so I'm up here looking for the Falcon. Don't see him at all in the shadows there, because the sound was coming from off to the right more when I heard it. And then I set up an ambush waiting for him right here. I hear him firing, realize he's definitely not shooting at me, which gives me a chance to go out here and shoot at him, and right as I get my shot on him, he gets taken out. But I had a missile loaded to be sure that I absolutely demolished the Falcon and not have a through and through that doesn't kill him. And now it's just a matter of wait for the enemy to try and recapture the points. Not too bad of a stat line, though. 10 kills, 4 captures, 2 assists, and quite a lot of score. If I'd have been able to do all this in like a single vehicle, obviously it would have been better. I would have probably earned my first nuke, but you gotta respawn to win the battles, and I'd rather win the battle by just fighting than with a nuke. But there it is. Took a screenshot of the stats right about here to show the Discord and be like, holy shit, we actually came back and won this one. I don't believe it. There it was. Good comeback, team. Well done. And there you can see the original picture and the end picture and the end screen. And that will come up to the actual stat pictures for the battle. Not too bad. And I took a 10th place, or 2nd place, I mean. Because the guy at first had 15 kills to go along with all of his score. So, very good comeback by the team there. Pretty good silver line and RP gain. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And if you haven't done so yet, go check out the first 10 for the T-72B3 UBH. Thanks for watching, and good luck out there in your grinding, everybody.